Yeah, and they got a tough opponent, though. On
Yeah.
the side of AHQ, you're looking at the former Mad Team duo of Kongyu and Uniboy. Can be a bit disgusting at times. Both directions, by the way. Either
Yes.
it looks amazing or it can look a little bit terrible. That's what we saw yesterday. We'll see whether or not they have been able to fix up some of the issues that we saw as they head on into their match against J-Team on the red side.
Remember, AHQ lost yesterday when they faced Nova Esports. And they almost lost against Resurgence, who is at the bottom of the pack at the moment. And that is what you said, a little bit concerning, but let's take a look at the bans right now. Olaf gonna get taken out, as well as Zoe. It's a little bit standard here, as AHQ will also decide to remove Aphelios and Elise in the jungle.
Yes, Elise not being available, but there is the Olaf Jarvan bans there coming out on the side of J-Team, directed toward Kongye in the jungle. Let's see here though, Senna being banned away by AHQ. That does leave open, say the Ornn if they wish to pick it up, or does Lava want to try and take away something like the Rek'Sai from Kongye, or even get the Misfortune for Lil V? It looks like it might be the Rek'Sai option.
It's gonna be the Rek'Sai, which means, you know, Wacko can decide to either pick up the Misfortune or just deny that away from Wacko here. Has been picking up, has been more comfy over that Misfortune, unless Wacko decides to play the Ezreal Misfortune matchup, which has been a little bit contrasting. Wacko does prefer more of the Misfortune, and we see that Lil V does like that Ezreal, and there you go. Looks like J-Team, or rather HQ, will decide to get Wacko's comfort 80 carry this time around, and we'll see what they decide to put for Nesty, or what jungler they're going to get, because Jarvan has been banned. For HQ, they did play a lot of Rek'Sai and Olaf. Lee Sin would be the next best choice, but that's going to be a top lane Ziv on that Renekton.
Yes, the Renekton getting locked in, showing that for Civ right away. Not afraid of any counter picks that might arise. For J-Team though, I almost feel like this draft has to have something special in it. I don't know if they can play standard and beat AHQ at the moment, especially with like the performances we've seen earlier on in the day, or early on yesterday, where they ended up dropping games. It's a bit of concern. They're going to go ahead and pick up the set, but I just don't know, because they keep swapping out this jungle of Hana and Lava, and it doesn't seem they've been able to really get a concrete better option. Let's see though for J-Team what they wish to go with. Set being locked in.
Well, at least they do have that Rek'Sai, who has been performing well as a champion in general, though.
Likely a Kalista for Lil V, though.
Uh-huh.
I believe Lil V has played the Kalista a couple times, once or twice. Unless we're seeing a set mid, which is a possibility. Or, you know, we're going full LCK, and we're going to have set support. That has also happened.
We'll have to see. Again, you did mention that if you want to beat AHQ, you have to think outside the box. If you play their game, most of the time AHQ will win that. You gotta catch them off guard, which has been tried and tested. It worked with Talon Esports. It worked with Nova Esports against HQ. And therefore, I'm actually pretty happy. We've been seeing a lot of Kalista in the PCS recently, and has been producing great results in this week in particular. Now they're removing all of these mid laners for J-Team. Ornn's going to be out as well. Perhaps thinking it's going to be a flex again for J-Team, either for Nesty in the mid lane.
So now Ornn being banned out. Final ban is going to be the Cassiopeia, directed toward Uniboy. Still some options, like he could go that Rumble if he decided to. I expect them actually to show their support here. And with the Ornn being banned out, you've got some options. I think you can put Ysera on something with like a heavy engage.
Indeed, it has worked well. It's also a perfect setup on whatever Uniboy is going to pick up here in the mid lane. So you have Ysera roaming about with either Kongye as well. J-Team, I'm curious what they're going to put. They're going to pick for Nesty. Either it's standard mid lane mage for J-Team, but the pool is constricted actually.
Yeah, they might just go ahead and take away the Rumble here from Uniboy and force Uniboy to have to play into it. So Rumble going to get locked in here for Nesty.
Nesty has played it once already. This is going to be his second time. Now, if for AHQ, because Uniboy has never played the way, you know, Nesty plays with all the melee. Wait! Hold up!
Alright, so we're likely going to see... Oh, okay, so we got to see how they're going to shift this around. There's a possibility that it's a Nico bot lane with a set support with the Kalista up in top.
Yes.
With the Rumble mid. That's the possibility. The other option here is it's a Nico mid, or Rumble top. Yeah, that's the other option. It's just going to be a set support. I don't know what their plan is, but I like it. So start shifting around. Show me where this is going to end up.
It's so funny because it's like you can never win. Well, I wouldn't say never. You can't win against AHQ unless you play a little bit outside the box. And this is way outside the box.
Where
this is outside the door.
We're going to get to Uniboy's Kassadin pick quickly. All right, they're showing... Okay, so this is the second option here. So instead of playing, it's going to be a set support then.
Yeah, set support.
So set support with the Kalista, which means pretty much Lil V's going to be throwing out his Pokemon. Throwing out his Machamp, you could say, pretty much. Set. And then it just lets him line up for an easy face breaker, and then 1-2, and if he really needs to, Haymaker as well. It also allows them, depending on how far pushed they are in onto their tower, you could also Fate's Call the set, throw it in onto the champion, and while they're up in the air, Set can get on the other side of them and then showstopper them into your tower.
In your tower.
So it is a gutsy lane. I said, hey, maybe don't play conventional here, J-Team. Show me something new. We're also going to get a Nico in mid lane. It's been so long since we've seen Nico as well. I think this is the first one at the PCS. I'm hell of excited for this matchup between J-Team and AHQ just based off the drafts.
This is going to be crazy. I assume it's going to be crazy because of the drafts. We've seen AHQ fall many times due to proactivity of the opposition, and therefore I think this really... You know, this enables them. This draft will enable them, especially come level 6. The AoE from this team is gonna be insane.
We'll see if they can go super wombo combo for the Nico. Yeah, there's a lot of lockdown when it comes to this level 6. I'm interested in seeing our first support set of the PCS. I believe this is the first one we've had. It's seen a little bit of play over in Korea. I don't think I've seen it anywhere else, though. I don't think I've seen it in Lek yet. But it should be a treat to see. Kongya, though, on the Sejuani, so kind of taking the book of Ryan, which he ended up playing against. Is this Kongya's first?
It's his first Sejuani, too.
Yeah, first Sejuani. So first time actually on like a true definitive tank. Most of his other picks are kind of brawlers usually. So really relying on trying to get to that late game where Uniboy on this Kassadin can just delete these carries. He's got a lot of carries to delete, though. That's the only issue.
That's true. It does give him more space as towards the later phases of the game, just as you said. And it also gives a way for a potential dive, perhaps, once Ziv reaches either level 6. Again, rest at the top side of the map. Remember, we've seen numerous games of where rest has been camped, and I think Rumble could either be probably bait out the flame spitter first before anything else. But I guess before level 6, I think he's pretty open. But due to the range and probably wave clear that you have as a Rumble, it's most likely either going to be a little bit advanced on the side of for rest. Oh, this is going to be the first hook.
First hook when he gets a Haymaker down there, as we can also see the stats match up between the two junglers. Kongya, before his games yesterday, he sat somewhere around like a 12 KDA after his first round of it. On jungle and competitive, that's ridiculous. That's actually disgusting. Pair that with like the CS per minute, the guy's farming up a storm and usually finding himself ahead. Lava, though, pretty much all the games he's played, he has 100% kill participation. And let's see here, as they're actually, you know, paired up between each other. Actually, for Lava, he spotted out where Kongya was. So they're actually able to track now where this Sejuani is without, I think, being seen by any wards.
Yep, they have information where Kongya is, and meanwhile, this matchup is just going to be tough for Uniboy. especially in the early game as a Kassadin. But Nesty is taking advantage of that range and as well as how little bit powerless Uniboy is.
They're going to try and cheese them. Not able to get it as the Bloom reveals their plan. I liked it. I like from J-Team. They went ahead. They got that ward over onto the blue buff. You can see over on your mini-map to try and see exactly whether or not Kongya ended up going back into his jungle or if he was clearing out wolves coming over from red. Fortunately, though, they're not going to be getting anything. They do get the scuttle control on the bot side of the map and pick that up for themselves.
Yeah, it's a double scuttle control for J-Team here. Good start. Nice deny away from Kongya as well. Actually, having to spot out, you know, Kongya's pathing at the top side of the map. This just leaves room for the bot lane of J-Team to just move over there and acquire that for themselves. But yeah, this is going to be a little bit tough for Uniboy. Getting denied. Actually, he's doing a pretty good job matching the farm, despite getting a lot of harass from Nesty.
Yeah, Uniboy's doing all right here. He's actually not falling behind in the wave, like you mentioned. Nice to see. ST maybe not abusing that lane as much as he should. Still doing an okay job here. So we go back down toward this bot lane.
All right.
I still want to see this combo when it actually goes off. Level 6 is going to be fun on this map. I'm just saying that now. Level 6 is where the chaos begins.
It will, especially when they want to contest either, for sure, the Rift Herald. I think that would be a spicy fight. Yeah, you get the Pop Blossom and then the Equalizer in. I want to know. I want to give a name for that combo, but we don't know yet.
Yeah, there's a lot of combo here,
yeah.
By the way. Like, what do you call a Callista set combo with, like, the ultimates?
Well, you already called it, like, a Machado.
Fate Stopper?
The Fate Stopper. I like that.
The Fate Stopper? Perfect. That's what we'll go with. So far here for Lava, instead of trying to impact him in the lane, he's been just trying to keep track of where Kongya is, which has resulted in them getting a little bit of dragon control. He did put down the control ward, so he's going to be spotted out here in theory, as Asira is just going to come on over and say, all right, there's a Rek'Sai doing the dragon. Can we get anything else on the map?
It's perfect because, again, they had prime information on where Kongya is. Wolves missing. Okay, probably moving towards that top side already. So this is perfect as they get first dragon in the game. And I think their match against, you know, AHQ, J-Team, their first encounter, you know, AHQ basically had most of the objectives at that time. So this is a different J-Team. This is a dive.
Let's see. Level 6 here for Nesty. We're waiting for that. Meanwhile, bot lane's already going to go for the engage. Haymaker's going to connect there onto Asira, and that's a decent amount of damage. And maybe going a little too far forward, Lil V, as Waco can look to try and finish off the kill. It's first blood onto the Rek'Sai. But meanwhile, the AD carry was the one that got the kill over on the side of AHQ.
Whoa there, as first blood still goes to J-Team here on Lava, but Wacko is going to get the desired results and get an exchange over the AD carry of J-Team.
And poor ST ended up wasting a bit of time going down here. Let's take another look here, because Lil V just gets way too aggressive.
Yeah, so close to the tower, so the reel in by Ysera. 2 tower shots, just 1 tower shot rather, but the Ignite though, just clean. Not exactly clean, but an easy take by Wacko there on the exchange kill.
Yeah, unfortunately, Woody, once he's used his face breaker and he's not level 6, can't really see the MF anymore. So, wasn't able to save the Callista. So I guess the trade is, what do you prefer? The kill onto your Rek'Sai or kill onto your Misfortune?
Yeah, and and as well as, I think the timing was interesting. I think Wacko reached level 6 first, than Lil V.
Yeah.
So the additional CC during that fight was not available.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they both hit level 6 here, so now we can finally see whether or not we're going to have the combos. Is Woody on the set this time? You can't really go for roaming plays, I don't think, with the set. There's not really the options of tools. You can walk menacingly down the river and then, you know, maybe get a flank onto a Kassadin. That's going to be level 6 already. So Woody is kind of stuck down in this lane. We'll have to see how it plans out. I'm not a huge fan of, like, the pick for him in particular, but for the lane as a whole, even though Lil V ended up getting taken down, he's 20 CS up.
I think it'll be perfect. It's the perfect setup because you're going to pick a Nautilus, therefore the the automatic thinking or strategy is Isera would definitely want to roam around, but this actually leaves room for Wacko to be all alone, which opens the possibility of more dives, which we've seen earlier. So to protect Nesty, either you get priority and get a lot of vision down for J-Team, and that would be the perfect setup for J-Team to take advantage of that.
Now Lava's just going to roam back up into his jungle. Still haven't seen much of Kongyu on the map. He's not been really involved with any plays, but he will be seen here on a ward, and the rest is going to likely just back off here. Puts out the 2 torpedoes to finish off the minions, and there you go. Stays back safe, so nice vision control coming out from J-Team, keeping them safe and away from Kongyu, who's, again, on a champion we've not really seen him play much on. He likes his, brawlers getting up in your face and getting some damage down. This one, though, you're Sejuani, you're just a CC bot.
You're a CC bot. You will heavily rely on your laners to make gank successful. Lava, this is his 2nd game, but Woody's here with the 80 carry as well.
All right, let's see. Meanwhile, top lane, bit of a tussle. No equalizer pop, but Rest is going to come on down, and that is available as he's no longer silenced from the overheat. Let's see, engage coming out from Woody. Pop Blossom going to be used as well, but in comes the counter re-engage, and ST gets absolutely obliterated. J-Team, they are able to secure the Rift Herald. Meanwhile, Depth Charge is going to find the knockup. Equalizer finds its target onto only 2 members. There comes the Showstopper, though, and is able to bring him right back down. But now, J-Team caught into a choke point. Might need to be careful as Kongyu looking for the slow, not able to find it. But in the end, it is Rift Herald secured by J-Team, but they lose 2 members.
2 members down. I guess it's going to be mission accomplished for J-Team. But then again, AHQ did get a couple of kills. You really do not want to see, Ziv on the Renekton take off, as he's going to be a huge problem for the Kalista in the mid game, most especially once they start these fights either on Dragon. But this is an interesting position. So Woody won it in, and everything did not hit as expected. And therefore, the counter play coming from AHQ was just executed well, as a lot of the ults have been burnt already.
Now, unfortunately, there you saw with Nesty, once he's used that flash, there's not really anywhere else of going, and he ends up just getting CC'd immediately, pretty much as he lands on the ground. So that is the issue with the Nico. And also not having your flash available now for the upcoming fights. She heavily relies on that to be able to get a good position for her ultimate to go off.
Exactly, and it'll be a huge problem once AHQ decides to take up a fight, start a fight. That's going to be dragon spawning. But yeah, the composition of J-Team is kind of an all-in, no-out kind of deal. You do have Lil V with the Fate's Call there for Woody, but everybody else is just basically, if this doesn't work, then what do we do now? Lava going to be hovering around this area. Tons of wards though for HQ.
Yeah, he's going to get spotted out as he goes on over onto the control ward. We'll likely clear that out really quick. Yasira was thinking about maybe hooking Woody there, but decided against it. And unfortunately, too, because Nesty ended up falling behind and getting killed here, Lava getting rather aggressive, finds himself the knockup. Here comes the Nautilus over toward the side, and boom, there it is. The quick combo coming out here from AHQ is able to find themselves the kill. Now Woody maybe looking for a target to go for the Showstopper on. Yasira gets put into the stopwatch. That's a double kill now onto Uniboy, and they have just accelerated this Kassadin as he finds himself a triple.
Uniboy 4-0-0 at the 12-minute mark. Again, lots of firsts for AHQ here. Kongyu's first Sejuani in the PCS. Uniboy's first ever Kassadin as well. And this is definitely not going where J-Team wanted it to be.
Not a great start here, as you saw Lava was just looking to clear out a ward, but it's such a simple combo for AHQ that no one can really escape.
Exactly, and you put in the Woody, you join in with Ysera, and basically Lil V didn't have any peel whatsoever. Uniboy with all of the executions in the world, and with that said, Nesty with no flash, unable to perform the necessary Pop Blossom combo that we were expecting. It's gonna be difficult.
Well, now it's a Kassadin with 4 kills. He's got the Roa completed already onto the lost chapter. Unfortunately here for J-Team, this Kassadin is now a massive threat. We've seen what it does in other matches, and J-Team, there's your call. Gonna put down the Rift Herald and start sieging in on this top lane while turret plating is still around.
Oh, I'd be worried for Lil V. No flash.
Good timing on that too. They get the turret plating before it goes down. About 30 seconds till we hit 14 minutes. So with that, J-Team are able to get a little bit more gold back into their pocket, but it's still a 1,500 gold lead for AHQ.
Yeah, at least it covers the costs of the losses that they had earlier near the Dragon Pit. So they'll take whatever they can. And this actually leaves a vulnerable tower for Ziv in the top side of the map. So it will definitely help. Whoop, Uniboy is just going to roam. There's still a tower there. And I think he's at that point where you will still run out of mana a lot. You keep pursuing, especially a rest here.
Does have the blue buff though, and he can likely get a little bit of harass down on rest. He decides to. At least get the shield out of there, but rest is fine. He's able to mitigate some of the damage. Here comes Kongyu though. As rest, so he's trying to get a little too far forward. As there it is, chain into again Glacial Prison. That's another kill going on over to Uniboy. And it's starting to get very concerning that this Kassadin's now 5-0.
And because of that, they saw, you know, Kongyu making moves in the bottom side of the map. J-Team was, okay, we're in the mid lane. The jungler is missing. This is our time. But HQ knows how to play this well, knows how to play the pressures well. And vision-wise, J-Team was lacking in that department.
Yeah, you look at the map, it's pretty much barren, like you've mentioned, where there's not a whole lot of coverage. And Kongyu just comes on over, picks up an easy Glacial Prison, and now for J-Team, you always say, hey, you know, we have a little bit of time before this Kassadin starts rolling. Well, it's been very accelerated. If you keep getting caught out like this, it's just going to be an easy game here for AHQ, as now that's a kill onto the Misfortune.
Very awkward position coming from Lava. Probably a little bit overconfident because of, you know, you have the tunnel, you have the burrow in. But then there's a lot of CCs coming from AHQ if you combo it with either Kongyu or Isera. And I think that was the problem. He wasn't able to escape. He had flash at that time, but imagine all the stun locks in the world.
Yeah, so much CC coming out there from AHQ and a decent amount of burst damage. J-Team, are you going to try and fight for this? Another great combo right onto rest, forces them out to back off. Waco looking for the bullet time, and there it is. ST is also going to try and use his Pop Blossom, but it's well too late. And AHQ are just starting to steamroll over J-Team.
This is not deja vu from last time because HQ at the time were just getting objectives left and right without having a lot of casualties on J-Team's side. But this time around, we see J-Team a little bit more aggressive. Oh!
Woody, he tried to flash in. That's going to maybe cost him here. Has the True Grit available. Will likely use the Haymaker. Ooh! Almost gets taken down there by Uniboy.
Okay. A little bit scared there for Woody, but here it is, the choke point that Wacko was looking forward to. And there's a nicely placed glacial prison with a connecting to a stun hook in. I mean, at this point, we see Rest not having the best equalizers just yet. It's not as painful at this point of the game, and therefore it will not be as effective as you expected it to be. But HQ is just getting leads here left and right, and Dragon is going to come up soon.
Yeah, Dragon's up. You can see the gold is starting to roll down the hill in favor of AHQ. And unfortunately, these team fights just aren't going in their favor. They've been trying to go for plays here on the side of J-Team, but they just have not been working out. Woody going to advance over. Phase Breaker going to put him down. There you go. There's a decent amount of combo. And now Showstopper going to bring Civ over toward the side. Waco not able to actually get a decent ultimate. Equalizer ends up missing everybody. A little bit of a zoning tool there. Waco's still pretty healthy. Uniboy now going to join in on the fight, but it's still going to be a 5v4 as they're able to catch out the Nautilus.
Woody and Lava, though, quite low. Kongyu will try to hover around this area. No Glacial Prison anymore. Looks like they will concede that, but Okay, teleport.
Teleport gonna come in. That's gonna be Civ on the Renekton, and now forces JT now to back off. AHQ are pulling this off, by the way, in a 4v5. They only just got their Nautilus coming on over. Uniboy now into the pit. It's going to be a 50-50 onto the Dragon, and that does go on over to the Rex side. But guess what? Uniboy and the rest of the squad are looking for more kills. ST is running for his life. Civ should be able to finish him off, and there it is. The Tiamat will do it. And unfortunately, sure, J-Team are able to prevent the Dragon from going over, but now they're about to lose so much more.
They lost a lot of lives, and potentially this Tower of the Flash!
Oh, another beautiful combo coming through. AHQ on point with their targets.
No hesitation, AHQ. If the trigger's ready, they're going to shoot. And Lil V definitely not prepared for that. He had Flash at that time as well. We're going to see this fight again as Sarah was hovering over this area right here. And I guess since everybody was practically separated and the damage was too much, they tried here with Wacko having to cancel the bullet time early because J-Team was sort of walking towards his direction.
But again, we saw with Nesty where he's forced to have to use his ultimate very early on in the fight, and it's just a zoning tool. We've yet to see a Pop Blossom really connect on AHQ, and this is an opportunity where they should be able to try and take this, but with no ultimates left available, they just can't do anything.
Yeah, and Flash is available too, so if that was kept, I think, you know, Nesty would have had a baller Pop Blossom with the Flash in. But unfortunately, it's going to, actually fortunately for AHQ, they trade 2 kills. And actually an extra.
And that was such a long fight that the Sejuani ultimate came off cooldown once again. And they find themselves another opportunity here. Is AHQ maybe looking for Nesty? Oh, it lands on the right Chameleon. And there you go. Forces out the stopwatch. Equalizer is down, but it's way too late for the Pop Blossom. He's going to get taken on down. Ysera's getting burned up. He's likely going to be left alone to his corpse as that goes on over to Lava. So it is a trade 1-for-1, but it's support for your mid lane.
Support for your mid lane, and that is going to be not very good for J-Team. Let's take a look at this again. So a lot of really nice wards coming from AHQ. So they spotted this rotation from Nesty, got the correct target. It's not going to be the clone, and unfortunately, Pop Blossom not going to be enough. As you know, at this time you have Leandri's completed. J-Team rest is just going to be extra painful.
Yeah, the Rumble does start to hurt. He gets his first kill of the game. They're going to clear out topside at least here for the side of J-Team, but it is almost an 8,000 gold lead at 21 minutes for AHQ. You got the fully stacked Roa now coming online for Uniboy. He's also stacking up his tier, the Archangels, and you also got the Infinity Edge and Essence Reaver completed there on the Misfortune.
On the bright side, we see Lil V on Runans and Bork. So, sort of matching at least the pace of Wacko.
I now mentioned the 2 items on Uniboy. He's picked up a 3rd.
Oh no.
He's gone Soul Stealer. That is how confident he is right now. He's got a 10 KDA technically. He's 6-0 and 4, so he's going to start stacking up. That's dangerous territory here for AHQ right now, as Uniboy is looking to completely snowball out of control with that investment already being put on the table.
Yeah, no one really has given much threat on Uniboy, and that's the reason why he's very confident, and 6-0-4 as well, so it is time to shine. Woody. It's
going to be right there. Ysera going to go for the hook immediately. Does they pull the trigger with the Glacial Prison? It is going to be, again, the Tangle coming through for Nesty, calling it over the wall, and able to somehow bend that ultimate around the info. But there it is. Now Ysera's going to get showstoppered back over to Unlovely. Oh, going over toward the side. Here comes Civ, though, on the back line. Flank. Pop Blossom goes on down. Stopwatch. Equalizer is there. J-Team are trying to do their best, but Uniboy gets himself a double kill, and now it's going to get disgusting as he gets himself a triple.
That was just unfortunate because of the clone coming from the Nico, or rather from Wacko. It's just so painful to watch of the double up, I believe. coming from that misfortune. That was just an explosive fight from AHQ.
Explosive, and that's going to be the inhibitor getting taken down. And now that is a 22 stack Magi.
Oh dear.
With completed stacking items for Uniboy. Oh boy.
Yeah. I don't think anyone can touch Uniboy right now. He's just gonna come in, and then you die.
He hits a Q, and then you're like, oh, that tickles a little bit. And then he gets the enhanced auto attack, and then you just evaporate and go, what happened? As we take another look at that fight.
Okay, so this is Woody trying to initiate, but then he finds out, okay, there's 3 more extra people around that area. This was a perfect funnel point for a bullet time, but Wacko decides to keep it. I like this dash in from Kongye and gets that Glacial Prison over to Nesty. Nesty didn't die. What I liked about this fight, Nesty died because of the clone, I think. Woody was in the middle of it all. Ziv was just zoning everybody else. The stopwatch timing denied any sort of route. Wacko, there's the Q that pops the real Miko, and it was just basically cleanup for AHQ.
Yeah, now AHQ with that 9,000 gold lead and a disgusting combo. Oh, they think they catch Ziv, but that bullet time just separates the team and shreds them apart. The MF goes legendary. Nesty tries to go back with the pop blossom, but Uniboy is literally one-shotting carries at this point. He's hunting for rest, and this poor Rumble has nowhere to run. It's another triple kill coming out from Uniboy. Make it 3 on the game, and AHQ can look to close this out.
This is an insane game from AHQ here. Just all of the things, that was, I think, the biggest bullet time I've ever seen in the PCS.
And with that, AHQ look to get into the double digits when it comes to their victories, now 10-3 on the record.
AHQ, we were a little bit worried, but after seeing this, seeing almost, all the carries, everyone not dying except for the support, and being very confident at first picks and for the PCS, HQ still is a scary team after watching this one.
Yeah, a lot of good coordination coming out there, especially from Kongya and actually Ysera. Actually, with that Nautilus Sidlani, almost every time, same target with their ultimates and just chain the CC there together. And yeah, very nicely done here by AHQ as Uniboy. I don't even want to know the damage from that Cassidon, but it's disgusting.
Almost one-hitting everybody against J-Team. But I am so happy about this shift in style from Kongya because, again, we've seen him so many times on either, the Jarvan or more of these aggressive, damage-heavy junglers. And now he shifted more on the tank. Therefore, the weight of whoever gets to deal damage has been shifted top side, mid, and bot. So I like this change. I think it's just very, very, handy coming into, teams such as, especially the former LST squads.
Yeah, exactly there. And J-Team, on the other hand, I like them trying to shape up a different composition for AHQ. Wasn't sold on the set support, unfortunately, there, Woody. I would have loved to seen him roam a little bit more, but unfortunately, the champ didn't really allow it, and that let Uniboy get into just a dominating lead, especially over Nesty. Nesty also, the Nico. Love the Nico idea. The execution, though, just wasn't there. Let's take a look back. I believe this is one of the first fights over the Dragon.
Yeah, this was Lava walking towards Kongye so confidently, but Ysera was just there. It was definitely the chain CC, the ults being combined on top of each other. So you lose the support, you lose your peeler, Sylvie can just, everyone's just going to collapse in Sylvie.
Exactly there. Uniboy, that's the start. That's his first triple kill of the game. He ended up getting 2 more after that. As we take a look at the post-game stats. And you know what? Not as much damage as I thought. It was a rather quick game. Heck, that Rumble is actually doing decent on the equalizers, but it was just not enough, unfortunately. A little bit too far behind, and I think it all stems back to that early jungle aggression is we didn't see anything from Lava. They kind of tracked Kongya, but that was it.
Yeah, that's the thing. We've seen one dive, but it did one dive at bot lane for that first blood, but it didn't really equate too much to anything. And basically, it was HQ speeding the laning process, speeding the game as they were already online. I think it was, you knew you kind of lost when Uniboy was 4-0-0
Oh yeah.
10 minutes in the game.
4-0. He had himself the Soul Stealer. Yeah, no. Yeah, MVP going on over to Uniboy. You know, he's got the cute smile right there and little whiskers, but little did you know he's a fierce tiger apparently when he gets this cast in with a 17 KDA, a 12.05 performance.
This is, I think, one of his best performances in the mid lane, and cast it in at that. And also, the time where AHQ kind of shifted their style in this particular match, and they pop off really, really well, I'd be scared because now they can definitely switch it up and catch people off guard in the second round robin.
Yeah, it's a possibility here as the Uniboy is going to open up a bit more of his champ pool. For J-Team, it's back to the drawing board, I guess, when it comes to this one. We'll see whether or not they're able to shift around. They're not the best start here for their second, or for the fourth week of the PCS at the start of their second round robin. As you know, losing this one in particular too, that's going to shift them down in the standings. They're already on that playoff bubble, which is very scary. You know, HKA, they could easily come up and actually knock them out because HKA have actually been able to wake up, it seems, and they took home the victory yesterday against J-Team, and we do get to see HKA take place with their game against Liab coming up here.
That's true. Both teams have shown improvements after, you know, the first round robin. And again, because there's just so many plot twists that happened in round 2, I seriously don't know who's gonna win between the two.
Oh, okay. After that impressive showing from Liab, you're maybe doubting them a little?
I mean, HKA can pull a fast one.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see whether or not Liab is able to answer that call. HKA and them coming up next after a short break.